November 18th, regular commission meeting here at 10 o'clock in Fairhope. Opening us up today with prayer is Pastor Brent Shaw with the First Baptist Church in Fairhope, and then I will let Commissioner Gruber lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. Please stand.
Please join me in prayer. Father, we come before you today. First of all, just so grateful for just to be alive today, to wake up this morning, to have breath in our lungs, to enjoy being in such a beautiful place that you place us here in Baldwin County and Fairhope. And Father, we come before you today just thanking you. This is Thanksgiving season, and Father, we have so much to be grateful for. We live in a free nation, a place where we can worship freely, where we can gather together and conduct business. And so, Father, today I pray that you would watch over this meeting. I pray for everyone who's here that we conduct ourselves in a manner that's pleasing to you. I thank you and pray for wisdom for those who lead us, for our commissioners and others. I pray you would give them the insight they need to lead our county to be the best people and the best county that we can be. And Father, now we just join our voices together and pray as you taught your disciples to pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. And give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our tressasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Please join me for the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Pastor, and thank you, Commissioner Gruber. All right, we have first item up is the adoption of the November 6, 2025 regular meeting minutes.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the minutes from the November 6, 2025 regular meeting.
I'll second that.
All right, so we have a motion by Commissioner Gruber, second by Commissioner McKenzie to adopt the November 6, 2025 regular meeting minutes. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Next up, Commissioner Gruber is going to pay the bills.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we pay the bills. And this report includes 350 invoices totaling $2,951,685.02.
And I'll second it.
All right, so we got a motion by Commissioner Gruber to pay the bills, and then a second by Commissioner Underwood. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, moving on to item BA2.
Mr. Chairman, the ratification of interim payments allowed by policy 8.1 on this report includes 34 invoices totaling $1,933,958.36.
And I'll second it.
So we got a motion and a second to approve item BA2. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, next, Commissioners, we are at our consent agenda. Note that addendum item GA1 has been added to our consent agenda, and just as we adopt our consent agenda, just make comments on anything that has the red highlights in it, just to make sure we get all that on the record in the motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we approve our consent agenda with including item GA1. Make sure that's the right one. Yeah, GA1. And also just note that on CA2, the approval is contingent upon applicant obtaining a health department permit and a business license. Item CA3, there's an addendum attachment, notification memo from Baldwin County Sheriff's Office. Contingency has been met. And then there's one more red thing over here. Yep. CR2, replacement item, staff recommendation revised to adjust promotional pay due to recent evaluation.
You got a motion?
Second.
And I'll second.
Okay. So we got a motion and a second to adopt our consent agenda. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All right. We're at our presentation time now. And we've got some special guests in the audience that we're going to recognize today. And these are our mayors, past mayors of Summerdale, Robertsdale, and Spanish Fort. I haven't seen, is Mayor McMillan here?
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Sitting over there now. I didn't see him come in. So if y'all would, let's take Mr. McMillan first right up here. You want to do all these? We do them separately?
Separate.
All right. I think I'm also going to be joined by a special guest in the audience as well. Are you going to do this with me, or after this, you want to do them one at a time? How are we going to do it, Donna?
Well, let me just say, I thought I had Mayor McMillan's with me. Matt Simpson has his. So I don't have one for Mayor McMillan, but I'll join you with the next.
So, Mayor, we got you a plaque made just on behalf of the Baldwin County Commission to recognize your distinguished public services as the mayor of Spanish Fork from 2012 to 2025. We just wanted to give you something, just show that a little small token of appreciation of a job well done and the partnerships that we had over the time that you were mayor of Spanish Fork, Alabama. Thank you, sir.
First thing I want to say is, if you look at this picture, my hair was brown. Okay? A little bit of aging comes in that position, but it's an honor to be here, and thank you for the recognition. You know, I was thinking on the way here this morning, the first time I came before the Baldwin County Commission was, none of y'all were around. Mr. Gruber was here, I believe, 2002. Asking for money to build our first kids park in Spanish Fort. Understand, we're 32 years old, so we didn't have a kids park, didn't have anything, and the commission granted that, and that was very special to me, and I was petrified to go before the county commission as far as ever even on the council in Spanish Fort. So it wasn't enjoyable. I enjoyed my time in Spanish Fort as mayor and as council members. Certainly am very pleased with where we have left the city. I'm glad we're in great shape. It's an honor to have served with some of these mayors here. All the mayors in the county have been truly outstanding, but the ones here today, there's over 8 decades of public service amongst us all. So I'm very proud of that, and thank you for this honor.
Thank you.
Right here, our photographer tells how to line up.
And Mayor McMillan, I would like to say that there is a resolution from the Baldwin County delegation, but Representative Matt Simpson wants to present yours.
Taylor's got it down pat.
Yes, sir.
I would be remiss if I didn't do this, and I probably hear about it. You know, you don't serve in a position without a lot of support, and my family is very much supportive. My wife is here, Tricia, 40 years of marriage, thank you. My daughter Angel and my grandbaby back there who had to go to the restroom a little while ago, she's with me. So that's why we do it. That's exactly why we do it. I'm very proud of that.
Yes,
So.
sir.
Mayor, would you like to have a photo with your family and us standing up here behind you? As there's...
Thanks,
Take a picture.
Come on up and we'll...
You gotta get
You
closer
don't
to me.
stand behind Mayor.
Where you want me to?
You want me and Matt to switch?
Sorry, Mom and Dad were short.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor, if you want to, before everybody leaves out of here, when we always like to say a little something after these things, and I'll start with Commissioner Gruber.
Mayor McMillan, it's been a pleasure serving with you. You know, I was also the mayor of Alberta when you was mayor of Spanish Fort, and you know, we had a lot of good meetings and stuff, and you know, the whole thing is, you know, we have to all work together, you know, because this is still one county, which is Baldwin County. And, you know, when we do things together, we accomplish a lot more. And you've always been one, you know, that's been willing to work with other people and help with their needs as well. So I thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart for all your leadership.
Thank you, Mayor McMillan. You know, we're not just losing years of experience, we're losing all this information that you know about Spanish Fort, because it's such an infant of a city in comparison to some of the others. And I think I had to grow on you a little bit, but I think that we ended up really deciding we liked each other, and it's not because we didn't at first, we just didn't know each other, okay? And so I just want to say that throughout the years that I've been on the commission, that Spanish Fort has always worked very, very well with the commission, and that was a thing that I wanted to see throughout the county, is a better collaboration with everybody. So thank you for being here today. We appreciate your service. There's often so little appreciation for decades of service, and like you said when you talked a while ago, there's over, with the three of you mayors that are in here, there's over 80 years of experience, and that's probably might not happen again for the number of years that we have, because we do have people coming in and things are changing, and we just hope and pray that things will continue to work as good as they did when they were under your leadership. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you.
Mayor McMillan, I just want to say thank you. This is my first term and only term, and I'm very proud to work with you for the last 3 years. I've learned a lot from you from the Eastern Shore MPO, because you were a go-getter, and that inspired me. When you want something, you go get it, and I appreciate what you've done. Like I said, I've learned a lot in 3 years. I wish I could be more, but it's okay. God has a plan for all of us. So thank you again.
Mayor McMillan, I've known you since I started in 2017 on the campaign trail, and you're just like what everybody says up here. I mean, you took me up under your wing and showed me the ropes in Spanish Fort, and you know, one thing I liked about you and working with you in all the years, you know, that a lot of people don't understand this, but a lot of times we don't agree on everything, and Mayor McMillan was definitely one that would let you know if he didn't agree on something, but at the end of the day, we would agree to disagree, and we would move on and be best friends the same day. So I appreciate that character of you, Mr. Mayor McMillan, because we're a lot alike with our determination and mindset, and all we want at the end of the day is what's best for these people, for your city, and for all of Baldwin County. And sometimes we get tough fighting for it, but you did an excellent job, sir. Job well done. And I just learned something about you. I didn't know that you were, a little history, I didn't know that you were on the city council at Spanish Fort for so many years. So thank you for all those years of dedicated service, because we know it's not easy. And we appreciate, I can't imagine doing it for us four up here combined. 80 years will never happen. So, but unless I don't know, Commissioner Gruber's getting close to it, so
we get to count his in there.
Over there, Mark, but that just is just dedication, and so thank you again, Mayor McMillan. I want to give you a standing ovation. All right, next up on the list is Mayor Charlie McMurphy.
Commissioner, Representative, it's a great honor. Thank you. Ms. Gale, good to see you. Commissioner, thank you.
Yes, sir. Same plaque. It doesn't look like you've changed a bit.
Well, I was hoping you had a picture of me when I still had hair, because when I started this, I did.
Yes, sir.
Jim, I really appreciate this. Very kind of you.
Same words, the county commission just wanted to give a token of appreciation for 33 years of distinguished service as the mayor of
Oh, I appreciate that.
Alabama, and appreciate everything
No,
that you
thank
did
you.
for us.
Thank you, and I want to thank the commissioners too. Y'all have been a great group to work with. I mean, you've done a fantastic job. You've got a great group of county employees. And as Mike indicated, we're all in this together and coming up with a common theme, as Skip indicated, we all have to work together. I'd just like to also say to my colleagues here, to Mayor McMillan and to Mayor Wilson that are here, it's been a true pleasure to serve with you. And David and I served the whole 33 years together. We've had, I think, a fantastic relationship, and I really value his friendship and Mike's, and wish you the very best. And thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
Wait a minute, you're not getting off so
Okay.
just yet.
Okay.
Okay, Mayor Murphy, this is from the Baldwin delegation, and it's to honor you upon the conclusion of your service. Whereas it is with profound admiration and deepest appreciation that we recognize Mayor Charles Murphy of Robertsdale for his extraordinary record of public service, his steadfast leadership, and his enduring devotion to his community, his state, his country, and whereas he was born on September the 10th, 1950 in Sikeston, Missouri, and reared in Bossier City, Louisiana, where his father farmed cotton and beef cattle, and he grew up alongside his two sisters and brother. And whereas after graduating from Bossier High School in 1968, he enlisted in the United States Navy, serving with distinction both statewide and overseas until his honorable discharge in 1972. And whereas upon leaving the Navy, he built a successful 35-year career in the telecommunications industry, starting with South Central Bell in 1973 and retiring from AT&T in 2008. Whereas, while stationed in Pensacola, Florida with the Navy, Charles met his future wife, Lynn, whom he married in 1973, and together they settled in Robertsdale in 1977, rearing 3 children, and are today blessed with 10 cherished grandchildren. And whereas in 1982, he furthered his education by earning an accounting degree from Troy University, and whereas throughout his life, Charles has demonstrated a true commitment to civic involvement and professional leadership through service in a variety of roles, including membership in the Robertsdale Rotary Club, chairman of the Board of Alabama Municipal Insurance Corporation, and the Baldwin County Mayor's Association, president of Alabama League of Municipalities, executive board member of Catholic Social Services and Electric Cities of Alabama, steering committee member for Baldwin County United Way, and a trustee for Robertsdale High School. And whereas he has lived his faith as a devoted member of Robertsdale First Baptist Church, where he served as a deacon, Sunday school teacher, and a member of the real estate committee. And whereas his career in public service began with an appointment to Robertsdale's Zoning Board of Adjustments in 1983, followed soon by his election to the City Council in 1988, and his first election as mayor in 1992, where he subsequently re-elected 6 more times and is now concluding his 7th term as mayor. Mayor Murphy has guided the city through decades of growth and transformation while persevering its small-town character, preserving its small-town character and spirit. And whereas under his leadership as mayor, Robertsdale has achieved significant infrastructure and economic development milestones, including the acquisition of the Baldwin County Coliseum, the creation of Honeybee Park, securing $2 million in Go Mesa funds for a future amphitheater project, and guiding more than $20 million in funding to upgrade the city's sewer system, sidewalks, and pedestrian upgrades. And whereas Mayor Murphy's enduring legacy is reflected not only in the progress of the city of Robertsdale, but also in the countless lives he has touched through his compassion, integrity, and vision. Now therefore, be it resolved that we do hereby most highly commend Mayor Charles Murphy for his decades of faithful service and extraordinary leadership, and extend to him and his family our heartfelt gratitude, admiration, and our sincere best wishes for continued health, happiness, and fulfillment in all the days to come. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be presented to Mayor Murphy as a token of the esteem of this body and its lasting tribute to his distinguished service, career, and legacy of service. Mayor, on behalf of the Baldwin delegation, it's my
Yes, ma'am.
honor to present this to you.
Ms. Donna, good, we can make this quick. Brad, Gail, if y'all come up here, Richard, Mike, David, why don't y'all all come? We'll do it as a group picture. Yeah, let's go, come on. Don, why don't you come up here?
We can all switch in.
We can. I don't think I've let anybody, now if anybody else wants to join us, go ahead. I hope you do this for my Christmas card, because I've already got my obituary right there. in the
You didn't even have to take this.
I didn't pay for it, but Donna, you're right.
All right. 1, 2, 3. All right, hold on. Cell phone too. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Thank y'all very much, appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Commissioner, good to see you. Thank you. Commissioner, good to see you. Commissioner, good. You and I have been together a long time. Only had. Yeah. Commissioner, thank you. Appreciate y'all.
All right, next we have Mayor David P. Wilson from the city of Summerdale, and presenting his plaque will be somebody everybody knows.
Well, I didn't know I was going to present the plaque, but I'm happy to present the plaque, and I am very happy to honor my brother, David Wilson, for 33 honorable years of service to the town of Summerdale.
Mayor Wilson, this is on behalf of the Baldwin delegation, and we're honored to present this to you today. Honoring Mayor David Wilson for his years of dedicated service to the town of Summerdale. Whereas it is the duty of this body to honor those whose lives of public service have shaped their communities and whose diligent work will be remembered for years to come. And whereas it is our honor to do such a duty to honoring Mayor David Wilson of Summerdale, Alabama, who has devoted nearly 3 decades to guiding the town he has always called home. And whereas after graduating from Foley High School, Faulkner State Community College, and Southeastern Bible College, he built a successful masonry business, and whereas in 1992, he achieved the rare distinction of being Summerdale's youngest mayor in history, and through the trust of his neighbors and the constituency of his service to the citizens, becoming its longest-serving mayor, as well as a measure of both his early promise and his enduring commitment. And whereas under his leadership and guidance, the town has seen a great deal of important progress, including the allocation of millions of dollars for improvements to infrastructure, the construction of the new municipal facilities, and the establishment of the town municipal complex. And whereas Mayor David Wilson has provided sound financial stewardship coupled with good conservative governance throughout his nearly 30 years in office. And actually, it was over 30. Whereas he has also contributed broadly to civic and educational life within his community, serving with the Somerdale alumni, the South Baldwin Chamber of Commerce, the Baldwin County Economic Development Alliance, and the Somerdale School Education Foundation Scholarship Committee. And whereas his numerous contributions have been recognized with honors, such as the 2005 Man of the Year Award from the Central Baldwin Chamber of Commerce and the 2019 Honorary Eagle Scout recognition by the South Baldwin Boy Scouts. Whereas, beyond his exemplary record in public life, Mayor Wilson would be the first to tell you that his greatest achievement has been as a devoted husband for more than 4 decades of his life, decades to his wife, Faith, a proud father to his 6 children, a joyful grandfather of 16, and a faithful servant and leader in his church. And whereas Mayor Wilson's work as mayor has strengthened the foundation of the town of Somerdale while preserving its character, ensuring that Somerdale remains both close-knit and forward-looking. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Mayor David Wilson is commended and lauded for his many years of admirable leadership given to the town of Somerdale, and we express our sincere gratitude for his service, along with best wishes for health and happiness in the years to come. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be presented to him so that he and his family may know of the respect and appreciation held for him by the people of Alabama. There's one thing that's not in here that I would like to add: the special needs park that is in the town of Somerdale. When I got involved with this a few years ago, it was like it was a pipe dream, and no way would they ever be able to build this, come up with the money. If you've not been there, I suggest you go. It is amazing. And there were some towns or cities that turned this down. They did not want it. And Mayor David Wilson stepped up to the plate and said, "We want it. We have the land. Somerdale will be home to this." This is an amazing facility, the only one ever in Baldwin County. Thank you, Mayor Wilson, for your heart, your service, and your dedication.
I'd like to thank the Baldwin County Commission today. I've grown to know each of you guys in a special way, especially Skip. 1992, he became the mayor of Alberta. At the same time, I became the mayor of Somerdale, and we had by us being neighboring towns, we developed a friendship way back then, and we've continued that friendship, and it's all went very well. And Matt and Jane, Deb, yeah.
That's fine.
I feel like that I know you guys are really close because my sister.
Don't listen to everything she says to you, please.
My sister, she keeps me informed, so I know the things that go on in Baldwin County, and I appreciate the good job that y'all have done, and many times y'all have stepped in for the town of Somerdale even before she became a commissioner. I'm sure Mr. Gruber will testify to that, all the needs that he's met for our town. Our town is very small, and but it is beginning to grow, and y'all have helped us here lately with, the new water tower and a new well that you helped us with the grants for. And I like to say that all the streets that y'all have helped us with over the years to keep paved, that's meant a lot to us because we could have never afforded to have done it on our own, but with the friendship and the partnership and the goals that we've had together, it's worked very well. First thing that Charlie asked me a while ago, said, "Well, how are you doing?" And I thought to myself, I said, that's what everybody asks. How are you now? And I just like to say, I'm doing great. The good Lord has blessed me. And I'm just happy, For those that don't know, when Billy Joe was 12, I believe.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Picture.
Our father had passed away, and she moved into the house with my wife and I when we were first married. And so she became our first child. And she stayed with us until she got married. And all the college and her, being a CPA, her accolades have been great, and I appreciate her for what she's done with the Baldwin County Commission. And I'll say thank you, though, to each and every one of you guys.
Yes, sir.
We'll get one with the commissioners, and then we're going to get one with the family.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Everybody else, come on in. We might better get up behind them. Okay. I'll be right here, please. All right. Okay, I'll leave, I won't leave.
This is the First Lady.
I can't stand behind David either.
Stand behind Caitlin, I'll be okay.
Can I tip you get on this, just eating it all? Oh, we can. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
All right, Commissioners, any parting words for...
Yes.
Well, you go ahead.
You go ahead,
You go
Skip.
first this time.
Okay, I'll go first this time. I just want to go all the way back to, I guess it was probably the year before David was elected in 1992. As Donna said in her proclamation thing, that he has 6 children, and at the time he didn't have the last one. I'm not sure if Natalie was actually born yet when we made the decision to run. And we were sitting at the Alberta ballpark, and his boys were young, and they were all playing. Back then, it was Dixie Youth. Didn't have all this tournament ball. You know, in 1990, we had about 89,000 people, according to the census in Baldwin County, and we're pushing 270 now. So things have changed drastically. And he was like, we really need to do something in Somerdale for the youth. And I'm like, well, why don't you run for mayor? And he's like, me? Run for mayor? And I'm like, yeah, I'll be the wind beneath your wings. I didn't have to be the wind beneath his wings. He doesn't need me to do anything for him. He's done a fantastic job. And over the years, for the people's lives that everybody has touched. And I'm just so thankful that for everything that has happened. And Somerdale's our heart. It's our home. My family, I don't know which great-great-grandmother was born in 1859. I haven't traced it back any further than that. I think that's pretty long. So we are rooted and dedicated, and we love Baldwin County, love Somerdale, and I know that all the mayors that are in the room today, thank you, Mayor Teal, for being here. I want to say that if Billy were still with us, we would be doing probably the same thing for Billy, except for he wanted to be mayor forever, and he was. I know he said that. He said he wasn't going to do nothing to make anybody mad. He wanted to be mayor forever. And I don't know how in the world you can be in politics and not make anybody mad, because I make them mad all the time. But anyways, thank you for being here today. It's my honor to have a lot of my family members with us today and friends. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm going to do a twofold. I'm going to do Charlie and David both, but both of y'all, y'all been true friends to me for a long, long time. And like I say, I think in 92 we all kind of got on the same bandwagon. But you know, I've really enjoyed working with y'all for all these years, and sitting on boards with y'all. You know, y'all had some good, true leadership and brought your cities to where they're at today. If people can go back and look at what y'all have accomplished, it's a lot. You know, so again, thank you for what you contributed to each one of y'all's communities, because that's something that's going to live on. That's a legacy that's there from now to eternity. And thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, and I appreciate y'all.
I guess I'll go with Charles Murphy first, the mayor. Thank you. I've got to know you in the last 3 or 4 years since I've been on the commission, and I appreciate your friendship. I haven't really got to work with you enough like I should, like Mayor McMillan, but thank you for your service and what you've done for the Baldwin County citizens and Robertsdale. You know, when Mayor Wilson brought up the water tower, that's things, you know, we're all Baldwin County citizens. It doesn't matter. It's, you know, we need to help each other. So I want to thank you, Mayor. Thank you for your service and what you've done here. Mayor Wilson, same thing. Thank you for what you've done for Somerdale. 33 years, what, 33 or 34? I mean, it's a long time. And to be, you know, to do something there and to make it what it is today. So thank you. I haven't got to work with you that much because it's in a different district, but I'm very proud of what you have accomplished in Somerdale, especially as a Baldwin County citizen. So thank you.
Yes, Mayor Murphy, again, echoing what I said with Mayor McMillan. When I started out, I was having to get to know mayors and, you know, very humbling to be in your presence, and you welcomed me in and showed me the way, like you said, all the way up until that resolution's headed. When we were deciding to turn that Coliseum over to you, I didn't know what was, I guess, more fun was either collecting the check or losing the Coliseum to Robertsdale. So it was, we hugged each other on that deal, and it was a great purchase for the city of Robertsdale for sure. And
sometimes it's good to get rid of the fleas.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that was, you know, we've worked well together. I've heard this mentioned many a times today, and it's all about partnerships. And I think what the commission has strived to do is build those lasting partnerships with all of our mayors and the cities that we work with, and be there for support. Mayor Wilson, it's been a pleasure getting to know you, and these are not, we're going to still call you mayor. We're going to, that will be something like we could still call Judge Wilters Judge Wilt. He ain't been a judge in years, but anybody that's a mayor is going to always be called mayor by me, and especially because y'all have earned that title for sure. And David, it's been a pleasure working with you as well. I call Somerdale kind of the quiet city. I think the only thing you ever asked the commission for, and the 8 years I've been here, for a water tower, which is, I mean, you know, I can remember growing up here in Baldwin County, just like all four of us have grown up, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Mayor McMillan, Spanish Fort had a caution light. Somerdale may have had a caution light. I don't think Robertsdale had any lights. So you drove through these towns, and I just remember my dad always telling me when I'm driving through, if I went down to the beach or something, to do the speed limit through Somerdale and Robertsdale. Right? Spanish Fort didn't have a police department, so we didn't have to worry about it back then. But the reason I say that is I set this up to say your cities would not be there where they are today without you. And whether y'all want to take that for what it is or not, that's the true statement, that neither three of these cities would have grown to the exponential rate that they have grown without your leadership, and you were put there in place by God, I feel like. And you did your time, and you did your duty there, and now it's been passed on to some other people. So I think everybody's going to pick up the torch and run with it. And Somerdale, David, I know it's been hard, but you got a lot of time to lay a lot more brick now. So, and I know I've heard that you're very good at that, because Billy Joe has told me about how she used to work for you, and she talks about laying mortar and all that stuff. I can't even do that, so she always one-ups me on things. So that was another one. I can't lay brick. So anyway, I really appreciate your time and service and your willingness to get to know me on a personal basis, and it's been a good ride for all of us here in this room. So one more time, let's give thanks to all these outgoing mayors.
Can I didn't thank Mayor Murphy. I forgot. Can I be short? No. You have been great. My whole time that I've been in office, you were great to work with. I mean, we reached out. You helped us with the Coliseum. It was a money pit for us, and it was inside your city limits, and I'm thankful that the commission was able to procure the and help with the grant when it was built, but it needed to be managed locally, and it's in your city, and that was a great thing that you reached out. You've also been very good to work with us on any partnerships whatsoever, and I just thank you for your leadership, and I know all three of you are men of faith, and that's something that just means a lot to me, and I think that's why, you know, we have these words behind, and I think you have them in your chambers as well, but thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you all again, mayors.
Oh, Mayor Teal wants to speak.
Mayor Teal would like to say something. He doesn't have, as long as he doesn't have a piece of paper with him, I'm good.
I'll be short today. First, I want to thank the commission and the Baldwin County delegation for honoring three great guys. I couldn't think of any better that you'd want to go to war with. These guys here with the Baldwin County Mayor's Association, they have meant a lot to the Baldwin County Mayor Association, not just only their city. They have poured their life into serving the people of Baldwin County, and it's been true honor to serve with these guys. And I want to say personally, we all know in 2019, Mayor Middleton passed away. Guess who helped and mentored, and when I needed help, all three of these mayors that you see here, David, Charlie, and Mike, I can't thank you enough for those days, for helping me. Thank you.
All right, so we have wrapped up a great presentation moment. I will tell you that we are fixing to get into our public hearings, which includes 5 P&Z cases, planning and zoning cases. So if anybody wants to just stick around and listen to that, you're free to, but this is your time to leave if you want to get out while it gets good. So,
Thank y'all.
thank y'all so much for coming.
Thank you so very much.
All right.
Are you welcome?
Thank you. Thank you. Bye, y'all. Y'all have a good day. All right, commissioners, we're going to start with our public hearings, and we've got our first case that is presented today, case Z25/47, the Roach property rezoning.
All right. Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
This is case Z2547, the Roach property. The request is to rezone from BCZ to RSF2. Here's a location of the property within the county. This is in Planning District 39. The property is located north of County Road 3 and west of County Road 13 in the Fairhope community. It's approximately 1.08 acres, and the current use is residential. They would like to rezone to subdivide the property for continued residential use. Here is the subject property and adjacent property images. The property is surrounded by base community zoning with either residential, agricultural, or vacant uses. So in terms of the staff analysis and findings, as mentioned earlier, they would like to rezone to RSF2 to subdivide the property for continued residential use, and the surrounding properties are residential with varying lot sizes within base community zoning. The future land use map shows primarily rural, agricultural, and low-impact development. This allows for limited development based on low-impact design principles. The property is already developed, and there's 2 homes on the property. And here is the future land use map. So in terms of the proposed zoning map amendments, the factors, they are consistent with the zoning ordinance as well as consistency with the future land use map. And I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Commissioners, do y'all have any question on this case?
I do not.
I do, and it's really not a question.
Okay.
Corey, That's the Barnwell community, not the Fairhope community.
Sorry
I
about
live
that.
in Barnwell, and we're going to call it. That's just a
All right,
correction.
just the Barnwell.
But it's all good. That's all
Okay.
I have.
Sounds good.
All right, so I'm going to open the public hearing, case Z2547. Unfortunately, my thing that we had all ready to go is not working, so I'm going to rely on staff to tell me it doesn't work. I'm relying on staff to tell me if anybody has signed up to speak on behalf of this case.
Which we have one person signed up as the authorized agent, Hunter Smith, for the applicant.
Okay. Did you want to come and speak?
I was just going to answer any questions that y'all have.
Commissioners, do y'all have any questions?
I don't.
Okay.
No,
We're good. All right. Anybody that did not sign up that wished to speak for or against this planning and zoning? I'll close the public hearing. Commissioners?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion we approve case number Z25-47, the Roach property rezoning.
And I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second to approve case Z25-47, Roach property rezoning. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right. Next up is case Z25/48, the, however you say that, Vahan property rezoning.
All right, this is case Z2548, the Vaughn property. The request is to rezone from RSF1 to RSF2. Here's the location of the property within the county. This is in Planning District 10. The property is located east of Wilson Road and north of Old Mobile Road within Spanish Fort. It's approximately .82 acres and the current use is residential. The rezone is requested to subdivide the property for continued residential use. And here are the adjacent property images. The subject property is surrounded by residential single-family 1 zoning to the north, east, and west. We see commercial zoning of B3 to the south. So in terms of the analysis and findings, as mentioned earlier, they are requesting to rezone to RSF2 for continued residential use, and these surrounding areas are primarily residential. The future land use map is showing the area is primarily conservation development. This allows for low-impact development with low-impact design principles, and there are 2 homes on this property, so the existing property is currently developed. And here is the future land use map. In terms of the review of the factors, it is consistent with the zoning ordinance factors as well as the future land use map. And I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Commissioners, do y'all have any questions on this case?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
It's RSF1 now, and they want RSF2. Why are they wanting to go to 2 if there are already existing homes on there?
Because they want to subdivide the property and it meets the lot size requirements for RSF2 if they want to subdivide into 2 lots.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Any more questions? Okay. Opening the public hearing. Is there anybody here that has signed up to speak on this case?
Just Hunter Smith again.
Okay. Do y'all have any questions for Hunter?
I don't.
Anything that I could say would probably just support everything that staff has recommended. I will add that there's a couple of lots here, Hunter Smith with Smith Clark and Associates. Everything around this is RSF1, but there's a lot of lots there that meet RSF2 lot sizes. So it would be consistent, just like staff said, with surrounding properties.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. Anybody else that has didn't sign up that wish to speak for or against this rezoning case? Okay, if not, I'll close the public hearing. Commissioners?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve case number Z25-48, the Vaughn property rezoning.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve case Z25/48, the Vaughn property rezoning. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, next up is case Z25/49, Innovative Building Solutions LLC property rezoning.
All right, this is a request to rezone from B1 to B3. Here's a location of the property within the county. This is in Planning District 15. The property is located on Milton Jones Road. This is west of State Highway 181 within Daphne. It's approximately 1.97 acres and currently vacant. And they would like to rezone for commercial use, which would be an HVAC company. Here are the adjacent property images. The locator and site maps. The property is surrounded by RSFE, Residential Single Family Estate, to the east, west, and south. And then we see commercial B1 zoning to the north. In terms of analysis, as mentioned earlier, they are requesting to rezone to general business to allow for an HVAC company, which is a permitted use in B3 zoning. The surrounding areas are primarily residential, and we do see more commercial towards the north. And the future land use map shows primarily either conservation development potential or moderate development potential. Also, this property is situated equidistant to 3 activity nodes. We see an urban mixed-use center to the northeast, a village center to the northwest, and a neighborhood center node to the southwest of the subject property. And you can see that here on the future land use map, as well as the descriptions of each of those activity nodes. So in terms of the staff comments, in terms of the factors with the zoning map amendment, we see it's somewhat consistent with those factors and is not consistent with the future land use map. And I'll be happy to answer any questions.
I got a question.
Okay.
It's going from B1 to B3.
Mm-hmm.
It's already business, correct?
That's correct.
The way it looks, B1. And they want to go to B3 for the HVAC system. So the HVAC, I'm assuming that the HVAC system can't be under B1 because that's why they want to change it.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else, it looked like B1 to B3 is 20,000 square feet, 80 minimum. Everything's about the same, close to it. Okay. All right. Thank you. That's all I have.
You're welcome.
What was your? I do. I want to finish. So why are you saying somewhat consistent with the factors, with the ordinance, but B1's perfectly fine?
Right.
What's the difference between the B1 and B3?
B3 can allow for more intense uses, and an HVAC company would be more of an intense use allowable in B3 and not in B1. B1 is more of your office. Use. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would like to just maybe tag along with more of a comment than a question. I struggle with, we have a lot of uses out there that are really spot zoned to begin with, and the fact that it's got B1 is the most intense that I think would be fair for people that have surrounding homes and estate-sized lots. And so if you look at the intensity of the use in B3, it can be very stringent compared to just B1, which would be a professional office or the things that are listed, a whole lot more things that can be listed, used on a B3 with, conditional use. So just because someone wants to do an HVAC doesn't mean that they have to do an HVAC. That's just their story or anybody's story. So it could be any of these things on here, and you got it slap dab in the middle of a residential community. So that's all. Thank you.
Is there any more questions?
Nope.
Or comments? Open the public hearing on case Z25/49, Innovative Building Solutions LLC. Jay, is there anybody signed up for this one? All right, nobody has signed up to speak on behalf of this case. Is anybody here in support or denial of this case? Okay. Close the public hearing.
Wait, there's somebody through the pole.
Sorry.
He can't see through the pole.
All right, so I'm reopening the public hearing. Yes, sir.
Yes.
My name is Judd Gillespie, and I represent the HVAC company that's buying this property. They currently operate about 100 yards to the east of this in a rental unit, and then directly across the street is an HVAC supply company. So that's the only reason that they're changing it is because HVAC is not allowed in B1.
Can you put the map back up? Can somebody?
Well, then it has to be a non-conforming use if it's...
Well, to the east, there's some M1 zoning.
Yeah.
So immediately to the east is residential, but when you go farther east towards the intersection, it gets into some light industrial uses and zoning.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you got 2 parcels in between there then, of the M1, okay.
Right, that whole area seems to be going more industrial and commercial, and there's not very many just straight office buildings. There's not doctor's offices, accounting offices, things like that.
Thank you for the map.
I'll be glad to answer any questions.
I don't have any questions.
I'm good.
Okay.
All right, close the public hearing. Commissioners?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we deny case number Z25-49.
Got a motion made to deny?
And I'll second that motion.
Got a second. All right. Any other discussion topics?
I just want to reiterate what I said earlier before we open the public hearing, that I realize from looking at the map, but there has to be a point in time where you have, you're either going to go more or you're going to go less, and there's been an outcry for us to reduce the intense uses, and I think that this would be spot zoning it since there's 2 parcels in between.
All right. Got a motion to deny with a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
Okay. It's 3-1. All right. Case number Z25/50, the Danley property rezoning.
All right, this is a request to rezone in Planning District 22. The subject property is located north of Comstock Road and west of CC Road. It's located in Planning District 22. It's currently zoned RA, Rural Agricultural, and the request is to rezone it to RSFE, Estate Residential. Their request is for a residential use. Here's the subject property and adjoining properties. As you can see, the subject property is surrounded by all RA zoning. Most of this is either vacant or agricultural. The flume shows this area as a conservation development area. The applicant is asking to rezone to RSFE because they would like to do a family division of property. Since this property is located in a recorded subdivision, they're not allowed to do a family division, so the applicant is asking for the RSFE zoning, which would allow 2 acres so they can subdivide their property. So staff determined that the request would be consistent with the factors. It is not consistent with the master future land use map, and according to the growth scorecard that we did, it somewhat supports their request.
Okay, is there any questions for Selena?
I'm here.
Yes, sir, hang on. Yeah, so we got questions for our staff, and then I'll open it up to those other ones here in just a second. So, no questions for the staff? Okay. All right, I'm opening the public hearing on case Z25/50, the Danley property rezoning.
We do have Mr. Danley here.
Okay.
Yep, signed up.
Mr. Danley, did you want to speak?
just briefly. My name is Tony Danley. I'm originally from Mobile, and the company I work for transferred me and my family to Birmingham in 2008. And next year, we will want to move back. My oldest son lives in Gulf Shores. My youngest son and his wife and 2 daughters are going to move back with us. So it's 8 acres we purchased. We want to build a house on the right side, front 2 acres for my son, my youngest son, and the left side for me and my wife, and then have a family together. That's the whole purpose for us wanting to do this.
Thank you so much. Y'all got any questions? Jay, is this the only route that this gentleman can go to achieve that?
Yes, sir. The property's already in a platted subdivision, so it's not eligible for any kind of family exemption because you can't exempt, a subdivision from a platting process. It's already part of a plat, right? It's already in the platting procedure. So our zoning ordinance, is pretty clear about what the minimum lot sizes have to be for rezoning, and RA is 3 acre zone, 3 acre lots, minimum for RA zoning. RSFE would be the next, least intense use that would allow the lot sizes they're asking for. But as staff mentioned earlier, this area is kind of completely surrounded by RA zoning. It is actual agricultural land, so it's not an area we're seeing a lot of change in right now. So when you look at the factors and look at the scorecard, it doesn't really align with a lot of that. Understanding that the intent here is for a family division, but as y'all mentioned on the previous case, when you talk about zoning, you didn't open anything that's allowed in that zoning district up, so you can't look at it on a conditional use type approval just because it's for a family. Being stated for a family division, we have to look at it, as what does the zoning allow and how does the zoning align with the surrounding area and the compatibility with that.
Well, tell me what RA zoning allows again as far as how many houses on the piece of property.
One lot has to be 3 acres, so 3 acre minimum lot size or anything above that is fine. Yeah.
Can you have more than one dwelling?
You can have more than one dwelling. You can have a primary and a secondary dwelling. I don't recall Planning District 22 has the 60% local rule for the secondary dwelling, but you can actually build 2 houses on a single lot in RA zoning.
That's correct. And which district, when did this district come under zoning? Do you remember about when that was?
I believe it's around 2002 or 8.
Was it 2000? I believe it was in the 2000s, early 2000s.
Yeah, it's been around for a while.
And it's been a real drive for it to stay rural agriculture, because you can subdivide and have a house on rural agriculture.
Right, and because
I know the limitation in the size. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, and just I kind of remember now. 22, I do not believe has that local provision of the 60% rule. I think it doesn't have that. So they could have 2 dwellings with no size limitations on either of the dwellings.
Okay.
And Selena, will you post back up there again what is allowed under RSFE?
I don't, for the lot size.
Well, I'm just talking about like what all can, that's definitely just houses can be built there, but what's the minimum lot size again?
The minimum lot size is 80,000 square feet, which is a little less than 2 acres.
There are a lot of non-conforming lots that were in there, but when this came under zoning, it was why the people of this area voted for zoning. It doesn't mean that it can never be changed, but it's just slap dab in the middle of all green. So that's why it's not meeting the recommendation on the scorecard. Am I correct?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah, and then once you start that, it just can continue on. So it's a hard decision. I understand how hard it can be to want to do what you want to do and then seemingly not be able to do it. But there may be a ability to purchase a little bit more land and divide. I don't know the answer to that. But I think that we go down a slippery slope when we start spot rezoning. that's just how I feel about it.
Did I close the public hearing? Y'all remember that?
I think you
I did? All right, so I'm going to close the public hearing. And commissioners,
I'll make a motion that we approve Z25-50.
And I'll second that.
okay, we got a motion and a second to approve case Z25/50. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed?
No.
Motion is 3-1. Motion carries. Case number Z25/52, the Little property rezoning.
All right, this is a request to rezone property in Planning District 39. The subject property is located east of Greeno Road and north of County Road 3. It's currently zoned RA, Rural Agriculture, and the applicant is asking that it be rezoned to RR, Rural District. The total acres is 18. Currently, it is agricultural use, and the applicant is asking for it to be rezoned for a commercial use. Here's pictures of the surrounding properties. Here you can see the subject property is adjoined by RA zoning and BCZ zoning, which is base community zoning. To the west is District 17, which is unzoned. This area has mostly residential and agricultural with a few uses of commercial. The property is located in a rural agricultural low-impact potential area. It is also located in a rural crossroads center. This request has been made to designate the subject property to RR for commercial use to allow for a boat dealership. Staff, determined that the requested zoning map amendment would be consistent with the factors and is also consistent with the flume map. The smart growth card somewhat supports the rezoning request.
Okay, any questions for Selena?
Can you put, well, I've got it right here in front of me, but can you put the Planning District 26, that map back up there? So this just came into zoning a few years ago. I'm really not sure when we look at these maps how uses are granted, but I'm really shocked that that was given a rural agriculture use. It's near, but not really been used as rural agriculture, has it?
This property is, this is part of the old little farm.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So it's not even being used. So I think that we've got a lot of room for improvement in our maps. But, okay, thanks. I'm good.
All right. Open the public hearing on the Little property rezoning. Is anybody signed up to speak for it?
No, we didn't have anybody. No.
And this is in the Barnwell community, am I correct?
That's correct.
All right. Just getting it straight. Just getting it straight.
With that Fairhope zip code?
I don't want to say Fairhope community when I'm not supposed to. So.
You did right. You're
Barnwell
right,
community.
Mr. Chairman.
I found out real quick when I was at the Grand Hotel not too long ago that you do not call that the Fairhope community either. That's the Point Clear community. So I'm learning my own stomping grounds around here. So anyway,
Good morning, Commissioners. Arthur Johnson with SC Civil here to represent the applicant. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer.
I don't think we have any questions.
I don't.
All right, we're good.
But thank you.
Thank you. Closing the public hearing, Commissioners.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the case number Z25-52 Little property rezoning.
I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second to approve case Z25/52, the Little property rezoning. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Okay. We have finished our hardest job that we have to do here, which is called planning and zoning. And thank you, commissioners, for getting through that.
Thank you.
Is there any other staff recommendation? Dare I ask, right? How about public comments? We're at a public comment section. Are there anybody signed up to speak in the public? If so, when I ask you to come to the podium, there's just a few things that we go by. Of course, respect is the biggest thing. Just please use this building and treat us with respect, and we'll do the same back. We're not going to get into a back and forth situation. This is public comments where people of the public are allowed to make their comments. We do not have to respond because it's a commenting section. So if we don't say anything, we're just listening to your concerns. And so just please keep proper decorum, no cursing or yelling, and just the standard things that would make a public comment section go crazy. So everybody that's coming up to speak is entitled to 3 minutes. If you're speaking individually, if you're representing a whole group of people, you will be given 5 minutes to speak as well. So like I said, I don't have anything. I'm supposed to have something I'm looking at and I can't see it. Can you tell me who's first up?
Yeah, Troy Vickers.
Troy Vickers, okay. Troy, when you get up here, if you don't mind, just state your name and then address and then the reason for being here.
Okay. And I will treat you with respect.
Yes. Are you representing a group of people?
I'm representing myself, but also the homeowners in the Colony subdivision off of South Section Road, County
Road 3. So we're going to put you 5 minutes up there instead of the 3 minutes.
Okay.
How about that?
I will try. I grew up in Mississippi, so I'm a bit slower in speaking. So I live at 248 Cuban Lily Drive in Fairhope. Here this morning to talk about reducing the speed limit on Section Street, South Section, or County Road 3, between Twin Beach Road, County Road 44 to County Road 32, from 45 to 35 miles an hour. I started this conversation with Baldwin County Highway Department, Frank, and some of the other staff members a couple of years ago about speed limit there. And as we are continuing to increase use out there with more subdivisions, we've got a coffee shop going in. Of course, we all know Dragonfly is there now. And so it's getting a lot more use in that area. There is very little policing on that road, and so the speed limit actually is probably closer to 55 to 60. Once you leave Twin Beach going south, speeds get up quite significantly. Hilltop, and I think they'll speak later, Hilltop is there. As you're coming down the hill, as you start approaching Hilltop, people are just speeding up coming from Twin Beach going south. And then right after that, you have the Colony entrance on Section Street there. The same thing happens there. There's also significant road noise at the speed limits that we have now, 45. There's a lot of the houses in the Colony that back up to Section, and so we're getting some complaints about road noise from that. All the crossroads, Twin Beach, the Battles, and actually 32 are all 35 mile an hour speed limits. So you've got a main road going down through, it's 45, and then all the crossroads are 35 to that point. Of course, we've got the new subdivision that's going in south of 32 down there that there's work being done now. That's going to be significant for the new golf course, and there for people coming into town, they'll be using that section of the road. Also, we have a request, and we've submitted a petition from numerous folks. I think it's over 300 names that was on that petition to the commissioners there. For also at the intersection of Battles and County Road 3, or south section. There's a four-way stop there now. We need a blinking red light there to draw people's attention to that intersection. There have been numerous stories that I have heard, and mine being one of them, that have very near misses right there of people just ignoring the stop sign going south or going north on section County Road 3 there. Until recently, we had a lot of vegetation growth and everything around the stop signs. Thank y'all for getting that cut to where the stop signs are at least visible. So if you got any questions, I'll entertain questions. I know you don't have to speak, but I'll entertain any questions or comments you might have at this time.
I just want to say this, Mr. Chairman, if it's
Absolutely.
okay. They did reach out to me, that community, and gave me the petition, and I gave it to Frank, and I think y'all might have received it. But I just want to say thank y'all for putting that together. And it is an area that we need to look at, and I think our county engineer department is looking at it. But that is something that we really need to address pretty quick, because like you said, there is a lot of subdivisions moving in, and that golf course down there south is coming in. So I think that's something we need to do. So I appreciate y'all coming up and speaking.
I know our staff is already looking into it. They will look into it further. My experience with living on a rural road, I live between 59 and 55, is speed limit means nothing. As Summerdale Police, y'all been here a while, so you know I live near there. I don't live in the town limits, but they do patrol their police jurisdiction, and one policeman told me in front of my house, 96 miles an hour. So I can tell you a 35 mile an hour sign ain't gonna do a thing for that fella. But I would like for I did ask Frank Lundy, our county engineer, if he would just comment a little bit, because I do like to look into these things, but it is out in the rural area still. It's not in a city.
Right.
And sometimes these requests get a little weird when they're out, with golf carts and things in the rural area. And that's the hardest thing that I think people in Baldwin County have balancing is, do I live in a city or do I live out in the county? And living out in the county is hard because we're not urban. We're the rural aspect of the county, and it's so much we want to have it both ways, but it's hard. So I think Frank's...
As you might know, I ran for city council in Fairhope.
Oh, I
and
have enough to keep up with on my side, but
okay.
you know what it's like.
So looking at the ways the city of Fairhope is aligned and what has been taken in and what's outside, the Colony and Hilltop are in the city limits. But south section or County Road 3 is in the county. So that's where we get into, okay, it's not the city, but it's the county, but is it the city? No, it's not the city.
Well, I do think that what I said earlier is so valid, is that, there has to be cities are cities and counties are counties, and there's no comparison in the state of Alabama because we don't have home rule.
Right.
And so it gets really, really hard. But I think Frank's willing to say a couple things back there.
Just one comment on your 45 mile an hour speed limit as opposed to 35. It's sort of like locks. It's just to keep the honest people. If it's a 35 mile an hour speed limit, the honest people will
it's like
drive
gun
35.
Control. I get it.
So not 45. So, and Frank?
Frank.
Thank you, Commission. And I've spoken with Mr. Vickers a number of times and appreciate your commentary. So we're looking at that entire region right now. The Highway Department and the engineering staff are looking at not just South Section Street, but a number of other roads. We've gotten requests to look at speeds on different areas, but in the same community there. Pros and cons. Some want it lower, some don't want it lower, and there's reasons on both sides of that argument. So we do not change, and it's in accordance with Alabama state law, we do not change speed limits just for the sake of changing them or just because certain individuals may want it changed. There's got to be a engineering support and reasoning, and there's a lot of factors that go into that, and some of these factors have been mentioned with some developments in the area that's being balanced with it. use of the roads, existing speeds of the roads, what we're seeing in current conditions. So there's a lot of factors that go into when we're making these adjustments. So we, again, are looking at it on a regional basis. Mark and his team are getting close to wrapping up those studies, and then we'll be coming back with the commission to have some recommendations, and we want to look at it again. We don't want to adjust one road, and then there's three more sitting there right in the close proximity that needs to be looked at, in the same fashion. So we want to look at it in a holistic view, and we'll have something very soon for the commission to consider.
Frank, are you also addressing the concern on the flashing red light above that four-way stop as well?
Yes, sir. That item is noted, and that's a whole different situation. Right. A safety item like that, we're looking at that immediately, and Mark is already digging into that right now with his team. So thank you for the information.
Appreciate that, Frank. Thank you so much, Mr. Vickers, for coming up.
And I did tell Frank I'd be more than happy to offset the labor I'd change the signs myself if you Lord.
Oh, we got that covered.
We don't want you doing that. We got it covered. All right. Who else do I have?
Next, we have Diane Dyer.
Diane Dyer. Good morning.
Good morning.
Almost good afternoon.
Almost good afternoon.
We'll call it morning still.
Yeah, we will. My name is Diane Dyer. I live at 827 Geranium, which is on the Section Street entrance that gets a lot of the traffic. Mm-hmm. As Troy has already said, we have a new coffee shop coming in. We have a restaurant that already has a designated area for golf cart parking. And when we get the new subdivision that moves in, plus the new development that's coming behind my house, Phase 9 of the colony, that extra traffic on Section Street is just going to be a nightmare. We have children in our neighborhood that are catching the bus right there at the Section Street colony entrance. So to really look at lowering the speed limit would just be a safety benefit for all of us and for the city as well and county. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, and one more question. So Frank mentioned about the studies that's being done. Will we be notified, or will that be done this year, or what's the time frame on that happening, that information?
So,
tomorrow?
It will not be tomorrow, but we're well into looking at the area. I can't give you an exact date. There's a lot of factors going into that, and like, again, without rehashing what we've already talked about, there's some factors that have come into play that weren't in play when we first started looking at these, so all of that's being considered. I hope to have an answer soon.
Yay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And John Scarborough.
John Scarborough.
Getting old. How's it feeling? Well, there's been a lot of comments made. Well, first of all, thank you for allowing me to speak, and good morning, soon afternoon.
Yes, sir.
So I'm representing Hilltop, and we're right there, and I don't want to be redundant with what's been said because a lot of comments have been said. I just want to stress the safety issues. And I come out of our entrance probably 4 to 6 times a day, and I witness almost every day people coming down that road from Twin Beach, and even the other side is also a hill down, and we're kind of at the crest. And it's like a roller coaster getting on a downward track. People are on phones, and they're coming down, and they're not looking necessarily at who's turning right or who's turning left. And I just think this is something, we're going to have an accident. There's no question. It's just a matter of when and how severe. I don't think the speed limit was really, when it was set at 45, contemplated having all these developments. And Mr. Vickers, I think, said it well. We got Hilltop, we got the development going across the street, the coffee shop. We have people that live up close to Twin Beach that have children that are walking out trying to catch the bus, crossing the street to go to the barbecue hut. I mean, I can go on and on, but I'm not. So I would just hope that you would give this as much consideration as possible and make the change. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Do we have anybody else signed up to speak on this matter? If you hadn't signed up to speak, you're free to speak. Yes, sir. Come on up and just state your name and address.
My name is Michael Simbita. I live at 807 Geranium in the Colony, where everyone else in this place lives. Thank you so much for letting me come up and speak to you today. Just to address some of the things without being redundant again, but I think some of the issues that are having to face now is when the developments were approved for Hilltop, the Colony, the multiple phases. We're in phase 9 in the Colony now. The main exit point for the Colony is on Section Street. So part of that issue is you've got traffic leaving. The difficult issue that we're all contending with is Section Street cannot be widened. There's issues with wetland areas to where the street cannot be widened into multiple lanes. You have one lane coming in and out. So if someone's making a right or left-hand turn, they come to a stop, speed limit's at where it's at, there's going to be potential for accidents, rear-ending, whatnot. But going back to the aspect of having the use, when we went back to the rural comment of where we're located, we totally get that. The biggest issue is, but what has been developed there has turned it into multiple homes, hundreds of homes, thousands of homes. So my concern is just if we can address the aspect of what's been approved for housing, to have the street reflect, without being able to be widened, to reflect a safe speed for walkers, families, buses, and all that kind of stuff, just to make sure that from a safety aspect that we're addressing what's been approved already to where the speed limit can be reduced to possibly save lives. So that's just, I want to bring up that aspect of what's been approved for growth. And then we're talking about where Dragonfly is a restaurant, the new development going in across the street from Hilltop. That's high density housing right there. So that's all been changed, in the past, say, 6 years. So just want to bring it to your point, and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Anybody else signed up? Okay, well, come on up, sir.
I'll be extremely brief.
Okay.
Just to stand up to show further support for it. My name's Steve Cowles. I live in the Hilltop neighborhood, and I appreciate everything that everybody has said, and I appreciate the job that y'all do. We were among the first 2 houses lived in the Hilltop neighborhood, and things have changed. Now with the Dragonfly restaurant opening across the street and up like maybe 2 lots from where we are, there's a lot of people coming in and out of that restaurant during the day, but mostly at night, in the dark, turning off. It's not necessarily, it is rural in terms of lighting, so there's not a lot of lighting that's in. So there is a significant risk.
It's hard.
There is a significant risk. And so we've got that. We've got the development, Windrow, that's going in across from us. The Colony is expanding. They eventually have 12 phases, I believe, is the plan. They've optioned another piece of property to the south of the entrance that they have now off the section, which will eventually be developed, I assume, in similar small lot sizes as they have in the Colony now. You have the villages of Battles Trace, I think is what's called back there. So it really is a lot of people. That's not, I know 20 years ago, that was rural. You leave Fairhope, boom, you're going on 3 is competitive to 98 going down towards Barnwell and everything. It's not the same use as it has been, and I appreciate y'all's consideration.
I'm just going to make one comment, kind of defending Commissioner Underwood's statement of rural. We're not talking about tumbleweeds blowing across the street with dust winds and stuff. I mean, we understand that houses have been built. When she's talking about rural, that means that there's no mayor that represents you or city council. And so without that, you come before this body because we're your representation. We are very limited on what we can do because we don't have municipal powers or anything like them. So our hands have always been tied by what Commissioner Underwood called, under code called Dillon's Rule instead of Home Rule. And it's frustrating, and sometimes because we have to keep telling people there's nothing that we can do, and that's the honest truth. And, that's why some people get annexed into the city to be able to have some of those benefits and luxuries of the city, but then they hate the city life, telling the urban life, rural life what to do. So it's good for some and not good for some. But right now, the best that we can tell the whole group, we appreciate everybody coming here and speaking, because you're voicing your concerns. We feel your concerns, and our staff is top-notch at addressing those concerns, and we have to wait on the reports to come back to see if it's feasible to do so. And I'm sure that our staff will be keeping up with the group, since we have everybody's names and addresses now, that they will be posting y'all, and we'll keep, and Commissioner McKenzie will keep in touch, since y'all contacted him, and give you updates as we get the studies back. But we have to wait on the studies, and we do appreciate you coming here today and voicing your concerns. That's what the podium is always for. So thank y'all. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to say thanks to Frank and this staff there for the communications we've had.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. They're fantastic. Thank you.
I think, I would like just to add, I think that we're all in agreement, would like to see the traffic counts, and that type, I'm sure that's the kind of research that they're doing, the number of people that pass down there. So I think I can speak for everybody. It's mainly the safety issue that we're interested in, and we would like to see the traffic counts and things like that done as well. Thank you.
Did you have something else, Commissioner McKenzie?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I just want to say, when I first got on the commission, there was a lot of these that come, not a lot, but a few of them come up, and being a retired state trooper, I didn't like it, reducing speed limits, because I didn't want the officers to go in and start making that their place to stay and start writing a lot of tickets. And I get it, but I see that section that you're all talking about, and I live there, and I drove it this morning because I wanted to make sure and I know what you're saying. It does need to be looked at, and I hope and I know our team are looking at it, and I hope they're looking at Dairy Road. Dairy Road was brought up at once before, and I was against it, but I think like you said, with all the growth that's coming in here, we've got to look at that. I talked to the people that farm that land, and they're okay with it, but I just want to let you know, I understand what you're saying, and we all do. We all do. So I hope that when they come back, we'll get in touch with you, and I'll let you know.
Thank y'all. All right, so we're now down to, is there anybody from the press here that would like to speak to us, ask us questions? No press. Good. How about commissioner comments? Y'all start however you want to.
I'll go first. I just want to say thank you to the mayors that left, and for their dedication to Baldwin County and their cities. To the staff, thank you for what y'all have done. To the citizens, if anybody's listening, and I'm not speaking on behalf of the commission, I'm speaking as me, Matt McKenzie, as one commissioner. There will be a bill that's presented, it's called HB 51, and I want you to look at it and study it, because it's been pre-filed. In my opinion only, I'm not speaking on behalf of, but I disagree with it. So I just want y'all to do your homework, look at it. If you have problems with it, reach out to your state representative. But other than that, commissioners, thank you. Chairman, thank you.
I'll go ahead. Again, thank the staff for getting us this agenda up today. And again, I want to thank the mayors that were here. I had a lot of good years with them. We built a good working relationships throughout the years, and it was an enjoyment time. So I just want to wish them the very best in their next endeavor. And again, thank the staff and everyone for what they do.
I guess that puts me next. Also want to just one more time mention what a great time it was to, I know we spent a lot of time honoring the mayors, but guys, that's a long time that these people, and some of you who moved here in less than 21 or 33 years have no idea what it was like back then. Even the county commission, we didn't have the funds to do the things that, that needed, but there's more people now, and
it's not like, there's been a lot of taxes raised or anything. It's just that when you take a piece of farmland that people were paying, shoot, I can look at my own 40 acres I live on. My husband's a farmer, by the way. I think when we bought that piece of land, it was $79 was the current use on it. Well, it's still got current use because we are actively farming. We're pecan farmers. But now my bill is over $2,000 and something because there's a house and a shelling plant and all that on it. So that's where the additional revenues are coming from. It's not, we don't even have any taxing powers as a board. I didn't know why I got off in that, but because it's always comes up every time something happens. People want us to do things, and you're like, we can't. But anyways, one thing that my brother told me that the mayor that was there before him was the old principal from Summerdale School. His name was Roy Holmes. He was the mayor prior to my brother being elected, and he didn't run again, so he didn't defeat him. He just looked at him and he says, there's going to be things that you don't know anything about. You might be a good bricklayer, you might be a good other things. And he said, but you need to let the citizens know that you'll look into it. And so my brother told me, he said, that's, one of the things that he always says, I'll look into it. And that's what we've told you guys. But we're very fortunate that we're able to hire very good, competent, top-notch staff. I'm an accountant. I'm a CPA by trade. I'm a professional skeptic when it comes to a lot of things just because of what I've seen in the accounting world. But I will tell you this, we have some of the best employees, and I think sometimes I put them on guard. They think I know if they're going to try to pull something over on me, they better think twice. But I trust them, and I do follow their guidance. And one thing I have learned about engineers, they do want to move traffic, and they want to move it safely. So not just doing traffic counts, but they will check how many accidents have actually happened. Accidents that haven't happened, we don't know about when you slam on brakes and all your groceries get in your floorboard. Better be careful where you put them in your car these days, But anyhow, get off those cell phones. That's a lot of our problem. But another thing my brother always said to me, of course, he'd been in office for 33 years. He's 66 years old now, so that's exactly half of his life. He said, people don't know what they don't know. I see my assistant sitting here. I think that's probably become one of her favorite terms is, I heard someone talking about, it was old J. Vernon McGee, if any of y'all remember Through the Bible that used to come on the radio. He's been passed away since like 1988. But I was listening to one of his things today, and I believe it was in Jeremiah chapter 29. And that one verse you always hear, 29:11, but it was more focusing on, this ain't a sermon, it's just talking about how that, people criticize those in certain places, and he said, because people don't know what they don't know. And so if you have anything that you remember from today about these guys who have put decades of public service in, and we got one here that's got decades. I think you first went into Alberta. What year did you go into Alberta Council? But anyways, is that we do look into things, and people don't know what they don't know, including us sometimes. But thank y'all for listening to me.
And so it gets to me when everybody's in a hurry to leave and everything's been said, but there's a couple of things that hadn't been said. I will reiterate and talk about the mayors, just very brief. Always an honor to be in a room, especially with three of those mayors as much time as they served, nearly 80 years combined. It's crazy to even think about that type of leadership existed here, but it did, and they will greatly be missed. Another thing that this is district-based for me, happened in my area, a very influential person in my life growing up, as a father figure, a very close family friend, somebody who really stepped up and made North Baldwin Utilities what it is today. Named Harry Steele Jr., 77-year-old man that passed away over the weekend. And I just wanted to extend heartfelt prayers and condolences to their family, as this was a very unexpected thing. So no more I can say about that without getting choked up about it. But Very good person to our community in the Bay Minette area, and was a very good friend of my father's, which meant a lot to me. And I did get to have breakfast with him 2 weeks ago, and it was, I think God put me in that place at the time, because he jerked a $5 Waffle House check out of my hand and would not let me pay for my own breakfast. So, but it was a good last memory I have. And to reiterate with the staff, thank y'all so much for putting this meeting together. It's been a long one today, and I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody that's sitting in the audience, as well as our staff, to enjoy the time that you have with your family. Surround them with love, and because you just never know when today is the last day. And so it's a day of Thanksgiving, maybe more to some people now. When you lose people in life, you're still thankful for the people that you're sitting around. And so just the Thanksgiving thing hadn't been said. We're not going to meet again, I don't think, until after Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to all of you Baldwin Countyans out there. So hang on just one second. We got, come on up.
I just wanted to question the easement on the Ted Road. Is that still being worked on, or has a decision been made?
So yes, ma'am, we approved that, the easement.
You did approve the easement?
Yes, ma'am.
It was in our consent agenda.
Pardon?
It was in our consent agenda.
Okay. I didn't see that.
Which is, if you look at our agenda that they passed out.
I didn't see that.
We went over that in our work session, and we asked, there was some comments, and then it was approved unanimously in the consent agenda.
Wow, that's very sad. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So with that being said, Commissioner, any motions to be made?
Motion to adjourn.
We got a motion to adjourn by Commissioner Underwood. Meeting's over with.